The city of Lisbon relocated to the banks of the Tagus River today to watch the spectacle of the Oeiras In-Port Race. With just 2 ocean legs and 3 in-port races remaining, the opportunities for scoring are dwindling fast. Only 21 points separated the top 4 teams, and the in-port races have never been so critical. So critical that the top of the overall leaderboard could change yet again with the right result in today's race. In addition to the overall leaderboard are the standings in the in-port series, where Puma Camper and Abu Dhabi were tied on 30 points. The narrow upwind-downwind course, fed by a building 15-knot breeze from the southwest, meant a downwind start for the fleet, and it was immediately obvious no one was taking any prisoners. Telefonica attempted to luff Puma after the start, but they were penalised for sailing above their proper course. This was the 3rd incident in 3 races that would send them to the rear of the fleet. The downwind leg to the first mark was a jibing battle that saw Camper and Groupama trade the lead 4 times, the right side of the course proving more favourable each time. Just astern of them were a strong-looking Abu Dhabi, who were in hot pursuit of the leading pair. At the first mark, Groupama, coming from the favoured right side of the course, rounded within a breadth of Camper, followed rapidly by Abu Dhabi in 3rd. Puma rounded in 4th, Sanya 5th, and Telefonica last after the expensive penalty at the start. Heading back upwind now, Groupama covered Camper's every tack as they battled bow to stern across the river, while on the opposite side of the course Abu Dhabi were making gains and soon caught Camper, who'd lost huge ground to Groupama by now. Meanwhile, the fight for second place was hotting up between Camper and Abu Dhabi, until a narrow miss with a spectator boat cost them valuable distance, and they emerged from the tack far behind Camper. At the front, overall race leaders Groupama strengthened their lead to the upwind gate and rounded it a solid 50 seconds ahead of the next boat. But the fight for second place was about to turn on its head when Puma somehow emerged from the upwind gate in second place. Puma had sailed an excellent second leg and rounded the opposite mark of the gate to take not just Abu Dhabi for 3rd, but also overwhelmed Camper for second place. Sanya again rounded in 5th place ahead of the luckless Telefonica, where things were going from bad to worse. Shortly after hoisting their Jenica, they lost it and dragged the precious sail in the water. The fleet positions held firm for the shortened downwind leg, but Sanya almost relinquished 5th to Telefonica when their kite got jammed at the top of the mast and they had to let it loose. The shortened course meant Groupama's lead was in safe hands heading back upwind, and they crossed the line ahead of Puma, who deserved the Man of the Match award for their outstanding performance. Despite a difficult afternoon, Camper held off Abu Dhabi, whose run-in with the spectator fleet cost them dearly. A podium place still eludes Team Sanya, but despite their late sail difficulties, they managed to keep 5th place from the struggling Telefonica, who sailed over the line in last place for the 3rd time in 4 races. For Telefonica, the result couldn't have been worse, as Groupama's 1st place extends their overall lead over Telefonica from 3 to 8 points. And to add insult to injury, Puma's excellent performance closes the gap between them and Telefonica to just 5 points on the overall leaderboard. This result sees Puma take the lead in the in-port series with 35 points, while 3 points separate Camper, Abu Dhabi and Groupama. After today's commanding performance, Groupama will be heading into the start of Leg 8 to their home port of Lorient, buoyed by the momentum of their recent performances.
C'est une très bonne journée pour nous, évidemment. On fait une bonne opération avec.
It's a good day for us. We had a really good performance. And then Telefonica performed badly, whilst Puma finished second, so we're all really happy about the results of the race. We're not specialists at in-port racing, but we began the race well and did some good manoeuvres, so we're all happy in the team about that. Now we're more confident going forward.
Manœuvre et plus rassurant pour l'équipage et donc voilà, meilleure confiance pour nous tous.
Join us again tomorrow for coverage of the leg start to Lorient.